Namaste, hello and hi. I am your host for the evening, Avni Katakkar, and please ignore the grumpy throat of your host for the evening. We here at Story Scrappers welcome you all for this wonderful, wonderful evening drenched in poems. So, why poems? So, to let you know all that the most beautiful thing or the most beautiful feeling could always be expressed through words, right? And words are most amazingly perceived through poems. Yes, that's what I believe, and I feel you all must be feeling the same. You resonate with this thought? Yes or no? Please let us know in the comments. So, evening drenched in poems. Yeah, we are here for the book launch of a wonderful and beautiful poetry book. And like I said, words are pursued with poems. So, the name of this beautiful book is Words Become Poetry. Isn't it wonderful? I know it is. So, going with the flow, we need to know who's the mother of this baby Words Become Poetry. And I'll tell you something about the author and the poetess of this book. She hails from a small town, but yeah, she's the queen of words. Yeah, she loves penning stories, blogs, articles, but she says one thing that she finds her solace, her fun, and her passion in rhymes. Yeah, she believes that any situation or any writing could be made more profound and beautiful through rhyme. And thus, she loves her poems more than the stories. So, I would like to say a few lines from her poetry book to introduce this beautiful poetess. In one of her poems, In Words Become Poetry, she says that she's trying. She is trying. She will be there. Do not strike her with when and where. So let us all welcome Jui Purohit, the poetess and the author of the book Words Become Poetry.
Thank
Hi,
you so much,
Zui.
Avni. Thank you so much, Avni. Hello.
Hi, how are you? And we, Story Scrappers, the whole team of Story Scrappers, is overwhelmed by your presence.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here.
Thanks a lot. So, how is it going? Because now you are like, you have stepped into the hashtag celebritized phase. And
Not really.
we have seen you on writing on many social media platforms. We have seen you writing not just poetries, but blogs, interesting stories, short stories. So, obviously, with that introduction, where I read that you love dancing, you love poetries, and you love poetries because you are from a place where you got more time to learn from the nature or to study people around you. And like
Yes,
you, I do believe we all writers believe that the most amazing thoughts come to us from our surroundings. So
absolutely.
just let us know about your writing journey and how did you get plunged into this beautiful world of writing.
Yes, Avni. This is my book, Words Became Poetry. Uh,
Congratulations.
yes, so this is my first book. I would love you to share the experience. My writing journey, Avni, started actually, to be precise, in grade 5 when I was in school. As you said, I hail from a small town. So I was at a farm. My dad's friend has a farm there. And we were playing, and I just spotted an Indian roller. That's a bird. It's a very beautiful bird. And when it flies, it glitters. It's blue in color. And I don't know, it fascinated me. And when I went home back, I just scribbled a few lines. I just, remember it very vaguely. Something like, once in a farm, very, very far, I saw an Indian roller. It flew. It looked beautiful in the color blue or
Yeah, I
something
got
like
you.
that. You
We
know,
were trying to read the words.
yes. So I just tried to scribble something, and I didn't know when it became a hobby. But then, as I grew and caught up with studies and career, when I shifted to a bigger city, So somewhere it just got lost. And then again, when, I guess all the bloggers or writers start their journey as a diary person, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So as kids, we scribbled so much, but we didn't have a social platform to exhibit our work. Now we have it. We have beautiful platforms like story scrapers. So then there's no stopping now.
yeah. And there are obviously writer friends like you who encourage others to write more. And we obviously need that appreciation, right? When we write something, we somehow need, we naturally expect that we should get appreciated. Itna hi sahi, but yaar तारीफ तो चाहिए सबको.
Yes,
And I
recognition
guess
means
this,
everything.
and this social media platforms, like our story scrapers, we do this with the best possible way we can,
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
right? So you said, and I have read that you said you love rhymes. So there's a quick question for you. Poems, do you like them to be rhythmic always, or it's okay if they go naturally with the flow?
See, I haven't studied poems or literature, I am an engineer, so
Yeah.
we stick to logic most of the times. So I knew that poems were like something, the end words should rhyme. That was a poem for me when I
Hmm,
first, attempted writing poetry.
hmm,
But then, as and when I got introduced to so many forms, so many genre of
yeah.
poetry, I knew that words don't have to rhyme, or there shouldn't always be a particular form of poetry. There are so many different types you can experiment. And then I started doing that, and I like to experiment all those different genre, and I try to take everything and then move ahead.
Okay, that's a good idea actually. And then after you said this writing journey started with the social media platforms and everything. Okay, so then what we all are very curious to know that how did you enter, or what was that inspiration or thought that came to your mind कि नहीं अभी मेरे को अभी आई हैव टू स्टार्ट राइटिंग, मुझे लिखना है, या मुझे मेरी राइटिंग को आई नीड टू पुट इट इनटू अ बुक, आई नीड टू एंटर इनटू ऑथरशिप. हाउ डिड दैट थॉट bloom inside you?
I won't say that it wasn't in my plans. Obviously, all of us who are into this writing or blogging world, we
Hmm.
want a recognition. We want whatever we have scribbled for the years, we want people to read it. More and more people to read it. We have our relatives, our friends, our loved ones who appreciate. But then somewhere we want everybody to know what we are
No.
writing. And you know what? This book Cliff Publishing,
Hmm.
this house has helped me with my endeavor here. I
Hmm.
had participated in their writing challenge. One of my friends shared this with me, and I
Hmm.
just thought कि चलो देख लेते हैं. I was confident कि I want to do something, but I didn't know how. So
How?
this book Cliff Publishing came like a, it I would say it's a miracle for me कि मैं वहाँ गई, I wrote the poems, they liked it, and they helped me publish my book. So I guess it was a bit easier for me because I didn't have to do all the rushing and all the, manual work behind the scenes. They helped me with this.
Right. So Booklift Publications has helped you a lot throughout, I guess. And to our fellow writers who wish to get into authorship, or you want to write your own book, you can certainly get connected with the Booklift Publications as well. And Zoe is always there to guide us.
Yes,
So,
sure. They have so many contests running.
oh
So
wow,
you
is it?
can, yes.
Sure. I think our listeners are already into it. They are listening it. They might go there and check. And meanwhile, uh, I also wanted to know that, okay, that thought came into you. You got the thing कि नहीं अभी I want to put my poetries, my scribble notes into a book. I want the whole world to read it. Okay, but we also want to know, as people who haven't written any book, we want to know that what is it? Is it easy? Is it difficult? Because many of us, you can just, I can put myself into it, that I am someone who believes it is too difficult for me, I'm too lazy for it, I can't do it. मैं author नहीं बन सकती, मेरे से नहीं होगा. So what what do you want to, how do you want to enlighten our audience regarding this, that how to go around writing a book? Is it very difficult? Is it easy? How much time does
Um,
it take?
इजी नहीं है, पक्का इतना बता सकती हूँ. यू आर अ सेलिब्रेटेड राइटर योरसेल्फ, यू नो दैट. There's always this, I don't know. See, I'm just a book old, so I'm not an authority to suggest tips or guide as per se. But whatever my experience is, I would say choose right words. Choose right words when you're writing, and basically, honestly and sincerely, if you're giving a thought to it, then work hard. You have to work hard. You have to put in time. See, and being a woman, having so much to do at house, if you're working, you have kids. I know it's difficult for us, but then if it's your passion, then please don't stop yourself. I would suggest कि work hard, put in some more time. जहाँ पे भी adjust हो सकता है यहाँ वहाँ से. So make it happen. Make it happen.
Okay, and we also have some amazing comments. Indrani Chatterjee says, so wonderful to know about your writing journey, Zui. And then there's Annie Minu who says, love this platform, though on and off here. Thank you so much, Annie. And there are many comments coming here. Shashi Thakur ma'am is here. She says, I resonate with you, Zui.
Thank
So
you.
there are many who are listening to you, and you are inspiring many, which you wanted to do through your book. Words become poetry. Okay, and the most important question of the day is that title. How did you think about the title? Please. ये सबका मतलब ये तो ब्लॉग का टाइटल सोचते वक्त भी we took a day, 2 days ऐसे मतलब it's obviously the most difficult, but something that should be most amazing because that is what convinces the audience to read you.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
please enlighten
See,
us again.
for a writer, words is his power. So I think there was nothing better that would have suited my first ever book, because these even during the COVID times, I'll tell you, Avni, we all have gone through this. This writing is what preserved my sanity, actually. Somewhere we all had become anxious. What will happen next? So those 2 years, writing actually sailed me through. And so I wanted ki these words, which have become poetry for me, I wanted that to present to all the readers. So I think that was the only suitable title I would come up with. Words became poetry.
Great. And there's Sujata Bhatt who says that I guess she said she loved all the women centric poems from your book. Yeah, she loved all the women centric poems from the book.
Yeah, maybe because I'm a woman, I'm slightly biased. Maybe. But I try to
That's
maintain the
okay.
balance somewhere.
That's okay. That's okay. Maybe the next book that you'll write, it'll be about men. Who knows? Very soon.
Yeah.
And then there's Deepa Vishal who says, hi, Zui, sorry I am late. Maitrin, I thought it begins at 4:30. Oh, that's okay.
As
Better
long
late
as
than
you're
never.
here, as long as you're here, we're happy.
Yeah. So once again, I would like to thank all our audience for being there and for enjoying this live. And then we'll continue with this flow. That Zui, there's one more quick question for you. Sorry, I'm throwing rapid fires on you, but yes, somewhere I read that you like different forms of poems. Okay, so tell me, what's your favorite form? Haiku, limerick, um, or just a normal rhythmic poem?
Normal rhythmic poem is always has been my go-to thing. But I guess I like to write haiku also.
Fine.
Uh, the challenge, to contain your thoughts in those syllables, those words, and just 3 lines. That's a challenge. So I guess it's not just about writing poetry, but it's also about the high. You get कि 3 ही लाइन्स में तुम्हें अपने जो भी है वो बताना है. So that is a challenge for me. So I love writing haiku also.
It is so resonating. You get that kick कि हाँ अब ये fit कैसे करना है.
Right.
I can feel it. I can completely feel it. I guess all our readers, all our audience can certainly resonate with this thought. And now there's something that I think everyone, each one of us want to know from you is that what is who is your inspiration when it comes to writing? We all have somebody जिसके जैसा हमें लिखना है. It's with everyone. I guess सबको ये होता है ना कि this writer is my inspiration. I need to get at least 1% from him or her.
Mhm.
So who is that person to you?
Uh, Growing up, I have read more of Indian authors. I'll tell you something about this, Avni. What I feel is that from I was from a small town. I have studied in no doubt in an English medium school, but then somewhere the Western authors, I could never relate to the situations they are in or whatever they write. I
Hmm.
always related with the Indian authors. So back of the mind, there was always a Sudha Murthy or a Chetan Bhagat for a light,
Yeah,
some
yeah,
romantic light writing. Or there was also Shobha Day,
yeah.
the sensual part of
Sensuous Mustache, yeah,
whatever,
ads is
you know.
mesmerizing. I
So
know.
there were so many Indian authors I followed, and I don't go for big names as such. Whenever I go to a bookshop, I don't always go for a bestseller. I just go to the Indian author section and just read whatever एक जो last page में sum up करते हैं. So I just go through that and I just pick up random books and I read them. So poetry, yeah, poetry. I have just started reading after I, professionally started writing
Have
poetry.
indulged into it.
So
Yeah.
I don't follow many poets, but yes, on the social platforms, all the senior writers, I read them and I try to follow, the method or the thoughts or the words they use. I
They
try
use.
to, grasp something here and there and
Yeah,
then mend it in my way.
yeah, and that's so true. When we resonate to something, we automatically start liking it.
Yes,
And that's with Indian authors, I guess. Marilyn says Indian writers connect to our hearts. So true.
yes.
Absolutely. We second you, Marilyn. And Zui, going forward, we would also like to know that it took how many days or months for you to be completely prepared with the synopsis of the book or with the book going for the final touch and everything. I mean, I know this is a
Um,
technical question, but you can like roughly guide
yes.
us.
As I said, it was a 21-day challenge. So it literally, I wrote one poem a day, 21 poems. This book, Words Became Poetry, has 21 poems exactly. So that was the part of writing poems. But the synopsis, the introduction, see, I read, as I said, when we read the books, start from the preface. As a writer, maybe the readers don't do that much. They just skip the
Skip,
first
yeah.
2 3 pages. They start with the story. But as writers, we read the preface, the introduction. So each author has to tell something about himself or herself, or from where she has come, her struggles, or
Yeah, yeah.
whatever she wants to. So I just, collected all the data and processed it in a way I wanted and what was relevant for me and the poems I was going to represent. So
That's very
yes,
important.
it took 2 months, approximately 2 months for me to do the final layout for it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. And then here we have Purnima Sivaramanji saying, I'm enjoying reading your poems in the book, Jui. And there's Divya Kapoor Gosain saying, we resonate quickly as we find our taste somewhere. That's true. That's
Yes.
how we choose our writers, and that's how we read them.
Thank you so much, all of you.
Yeah, so that's how it goes. And there are so many questions in my mind, but then to go with it, one thing that I would like to ask you is that if someone comes to you and asks you one tip if they want to get into authorship, what would be that?
Like I said, be honest and sincere with your thoughts. That's it. And I guess if there's honesty, see, the once you strike the right chords of the readers, that's it. You don't need to experience all the emotions. But then, if a reader reads something what you have written and feels a connection, that is enough, I guess.
Strike
As
the
I said,
connection.
yes, as I said, I'm just a book old Avni, so I'm not a a celebrity or a authority to.
Oh, you're soon
Uh,
going to be celebrity. We vouch on it.
Thank you
And
so much.
there was, I guess, Swati Tamhankar, who is just like who is also a fan of yours. She is trying poem just like me. She's written it somewhere. I guess it has gone somewhere else. But yeah, she said that she is a fan of your poem. She is trying. And with this, we also want to know, obviously, to choose from your babies, it is difficult. But can you please read one amazing, beautiful, wonderful poem from your book for us? Because listening to it from the very own authoress is like, wow.
Sure, Avni. Actually, when you have two kids, you have two kids. So, just like me, you cannot say which one is your favorite, right? So it's same with the poetry. I cannot pick one favorite, but then this one is close to my heart, which I'm going to read it for you. Uh, how no matter how you grow old, you always require your mom around. That's what I think, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Whenever you're exhausted, whenever you're depressed or anything, बस ऐसे लगता है कि बस अभी बहुत हो गया. You just want
Whenever
to
you are high and happy, you need your mom.
you just want to uh, relax on her lap, be caressed by her. If you have your mom around, you're lucky enough. If you're unfortunate that your mom's not around anymore, still she's always in your thoughts, right? So
Absolutely.
yes, so the this poetry is written with that thought in back of my mind. So this one is, Mom, sing me a lullaby. And you'll notice that this poem starts and ends with the same word, night.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Nights awash with nightmares. Life's been harsh, Mom. It has. Unlike warmth and faith filled it once was. Now what remains is struggle and tussle. To breathe and hang on, it's a hustle. Trimmed and hurt, ever and anon. Nursing and curating bruises, just carrying on. Exasperated, very mean, wanting to break the cage and flee. How do I sustain my melancholy? How do I contain? Let me catch some sleep, abating my plights. Sing me a soft lullaby, will you, on all impending nights.
So soothing and beautiful. And yeah, mother's lullabies are like, I can't put it in words. You have put it in words so amazingly. So congratulations, Zui. Yes, so there are many comments over here saying, Zui, we are proud of you. Congratulations. And I hope you revert them after the show.
Yes, sure. Thank you so much.
And we are really, really, really grateful to you for for being here and giving us your time and letting us know about your beautiful book. And we hope that you get more success in coming days. It becomes a bestseller, and
Oh,
you come up with many more such books. And there's also Anuya Deshmukh saying, you are too good, Zui. Okay, so Taru Kalra Singhal is saying, brilliant recitation and beautiful words. Indeed, Taru, we are also bowled over by her words and her recitation. So, on behalf of the team Story Scrapers and our audience, we are like very grateful and thank you for being here, Zui. And thank you, dear audience, for being here, enjoying the show, and being such a lively audience commenting. Thank you so much. It was amazing. And why not end the show with one more poem from Zui's book, which I loved because I could resonate with it, and I guess all the women here could similarly resonate with these words. So, the poem from words become poetry that I have chosen to recite now is camouflaged words. Camouflaged words tied to my eyelashes. When I blink, a few of them fall. As the facade unravels, meanings change of all. As the facade unravels, meanings change of all. I try to scribble a poetry. I try to scribble a poetry, but the fervid tears wipe off the text. Masquerade eloquence is irrelevant and peccant of appearing hexed. And
Thank you, Avni.
this happens with us. This indeed happens. अगर नहीं happen है तो happen हुआ है या होगा. This is life and this happens. And
Yes,
I guess this is the beauty of poems, that they bring to us the most difficult emotions so easily.
yes, absolutely. Some things you just can't talk about or say in public or, openly. You can just put it in words and rhymes, and then quietly you can just post it.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. मतलब
you
आप
know,
छोड़ सकते हो. People don't actually feel bad if you even put hard hitting thoughts inside a poem.
yes, exactly.
And Zoe, I must say that as you have written in your intro, you have managed to fetch and get almost all the emotions in your poems in the book.
Yes, I've tried.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that it's not just about womanhood, it is about all human emotions basically. That you can just, we are sharing the link of the book. You can go, you can get the book, and you can delve into those amazing words. So for now, tata, bye to you, and thank you all. Thank you so much, Dewey. And if you are not following Story Scrappers, please go follow the page and start writing and reading with us.
Thank
Good
you so
evening.
much.
Bye bye.
Thank you. I'm obliged to be here on this wonderful platform. Thank you, Story Scrapers. Thank you, Avni. And thanks to all my friends who have been part of this wonderful event today. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Have a good night. Bye bye.